Welcome to Fit with Coach Kat. Today's workout is a beginner body weight workout. It'll go for 20 minutes. You don't need any equipment. So let's begin. Hi everyone. We are going to start today's workout like we do every workout by connecting our breath to our pelvic floor. This is suitable for both men and women. When you're ready, take a seat, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor. Breathe in, you'll relax your pelvic floor. Breathe out, squeeze your pelvic floor. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. If you're a visual person, feel free to open your eyes and watch my hand. Inhale, relax your pelvic floor. Exhale, squeeze. What I mean by that is pull up through your sex organs, squeeze your anus, hold for a second, and then relax. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. This is your last one. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. When you're ready, stand up, go to the back of your mat if you have one. Doesn't matter if you do or you don't. Step your left foot forward, put your right hand on the ground, and we're going to go into world's greatest stretch. Now you can do this with your back knee on the ground like I was just demonstrating, or you can have your back knee off the ground and keep it nice and straight. So what you want to do is reach your left arm around, open your chest to the sky, and then try and get it as far down your left leg as possible. So you're really opening up towards your bent knee, opening your chest to the sky, and then getting your elbow as far down your leg as you can. Don't worry if you're not getting it as far as me. I've had lots of practice. Step back to plank and then step your right foot forward. Put your left hand on the ground and we're going to go through the same movement. So with your right arm, reach around, open your chest to the sky, and then try and get your right arm as far down your right leg as you possibly can. Your back might crack, which is wonderful. Such a nice feeling. It's a really good hip opener stretch and really good to warm up through your torso and your thoracic spine. We've got one more rep. Then we are going to place both hands on the ground, step back to high plank position, drop to the floor, push back up to high plank, walk your hands back to your feet and stand all the way up. Now we're going to repeat this. So walk out into high plank, drop to the floor, push back up into high plank, walk your hands back and stand all the way up. These are called inchworms, also known as walkouts. So drop to the floor, push up and walk your hands back. Make sure you're standing all the way up before you go back down for another rep. Throughout today's workout, if you cannot keep up with me, do not worry. Just keep moving until I stop the exercise and move on to the next one. This is your last inchworm. So when you hit the deck, walk your hands back, stand all the way up, and then meet me standing. We are going to get into a sumo squat here, so your feet are shoulder distance apart. You're going to drop your bum down, put your elbows into your knees, push your knees apart, and sway from side to side. In a minute, you're going to grab onto your right foot with your right hand and open your left hand up to the sky. Then we're going to rotate alternating hands. So make sure you hold onto your foot nice and tight. Don't let your leg collapse in and open up your chest to the sky as much as you can. This is your last rep. From here, we are going to walk back out into our high plank position. Drop all the way down so your belly is on the floor. Stretch your arms up overhead and we're going to go into some Supermans. So raise your head, neck and chest up off the ground at the same time as your legs into a banana hold, I like to call it, and then come all the way back down. You want to think about your biceps being close to your ears and your arms being nice and straight. From here, we're going to come straight back up into our Superman hold and go swimming. So raise your right leg and your left arm, and your left arm and your right leg at the same time. Took me a few goes to get it right, so don't stress if you're a bit confused. From there, we are going to come back up, flip over onto our glutes and get into our glute bridge position. So bring your heels in close to your bum. You should be able to touch your heels with your fingertips, and we're going to go into some glute bridges. Push through your heels, raise your hips up towards the sky and slowly lower them back down. This is your last one. Then we are going to flip onto our side and do a side plank. So onto your knee, make sure your knee is in line with your hip, in line with your elbow. Your top leg can be straight, and we're going to do some side plank dips here. You can choose to have your arm up like I am doing it now, or you can have it on your hip. This is your last one, and now we're going to flip over and do the other side. Feel free just to rotate and face the back of the room. You don't need to flip around and face me if you don't need to. We're going to go through another 10 here. You can have your hand in front of you, up in the sky, or on your hip, whatever feels most comfortable. Well done, and now we are going to flip back over and get back into those Supermans. So lay on your front, on your tummy, arms out by your ears, nice straight arms. Raise your arms and your legs at the same time, and then lower everything back down. Last one, and now you're going to go into swimming. Alternate arms and legs, so left arm and right leg, and right arm and left leg. From there, we're going to flip back over and get into our glute bridges. So heels in close to your bum, touch your heels with your fingers, and let's go through 10 good quality glute bridges. You've got 2 more, and then we're going to go back into those side plank dips. So turn on your side, get up onto your elbow, make sure your elbow, your hip and your knee are all in one straight line, and let's go through these side plank dips. You've got 2 more reps, and then we're going to swap sides. Feel free just to roll over and face the back of the room. This is your last one. I'm going to get you to meet me standing, and we're going to go into some bodyweight squats. So remember, with bodyweight squats, our feet are hip distance apart, feet are directly underneath your hips, and we're going to send our bum back and down. You want to go below 90-degree angles so your hamstrings and your calves meet behind you. If you'd like to put a cushion or a little footstool behind you so you have something to aim towards, please do that. I would rather you do half the amount of reps of full range squats rather than 10 reps of shorter half range squats. Now we're going to go straight into some no surrenders. So down onto your left knee, your right knee, step up with your left leg and then your right leg. Now we're swapping sides. Down with your right knee, up with your right leg and left leg. So we're going to continue through this alternating movement, changing sides with each rep. If this hurts your knees, feel free to pause the video, go get some towels or a yoga mat or a blanket, and then come back and continue the exercise. To save confusion, just copy what I'm doing so you don't get too confused, because I am alternating each rep. That is your last rep. From here, you are going to get your feet hip distance apart, hinge at your hips, arms straight above your head, and we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back and down. You want your elbows to be pointing towards your glutes, your arms to be nice and straight when you are extending them out above your head, and when they're coming back down, you want your thumbs to be touching your elbows. The idea is that you're squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. There's no shrugging through your neck and through your shoulders. Now we're going to repeat that series again. So starting with your bodyweight squats, bum back and down, hinge at your hips. Make sure your hips are going backwards and your knees are traveling out over your toes. We've got 2 more reps and then we're going to go back into those no surrenders. If you are having trouble doing the no surrenders, you can sub them out for reverse lunges. However, we are doing reverse lunges in our next series of exercises, so it is up to you. I do encourage you to give it a go, even if you're doing 2 reps for every 5 of mine. It doesn't matter, I just want you to try. These are your last 2 reps. So meet me standing up. From here, make sure your feet are hip distance apart, hinge at your hips, arms straight above your head, squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. This is not a shrug. This is not for the top of your back. This is for the middle of your back. You want to focus on squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. You've got 1 more rep, and then we're going to go into our next series, which starts with sumo squats. So feet shoulder distance apart, toes pointing out slightly. You want your bum to go back and down into a nice deep squat and then stand back up again. We've got 10 reps here. We've got 4 more squats. Stay with it. Last rep, and then we're going to get into some reverse lunges. So place your hands on your hips and send your left leg back, tap the floor, stand back up again and swap over. So we are alternating our reverse lunges. Try and get your back knee as far down to the floor as you can. You've got 2 more reps, and then I'm going to get you standing, feet hip distance apart, hinge at your hips into a deadlift position, so there's a hip hinge. We're going to have our arms straight in front of us and go into some reverse flies. So palms facing each other, squeeze that back, and then bring your hands back in front of you. Couple more reps, and then we're going to go back into our sumo squats. So remember, a sumo squat, your feet are much wider than a normal squat. Shoulder distance apart is what you want to be aiming for. Make sure your knees are traveling out towards your toes. Two more reps, and then we're going to go into those reverse lunges. So place your hands on your hips, step back, and we are alternating here. So step up with one leg, swap it over, and step back with the other leg. You've got 2 more reps, and then we're going to get into those reverse flies. So make sure your core is on, hinge at your hips, send that bum back, and then open up and go through some bodyweight reverse flies. One more rep, everyone, and then we are going to get into our final little series, which is a bit of a sweat sesh. So take a minute, and when you're ready, we're going to walk out into plank, and we are going to do some push-ups. So get into your high plank position. Make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You can do these on your knees or on your toes. Now, I don't expect a full push-up here. What I want you to do is slowly lower yourself to the ground and then push back up into high plank. You are pausing at the bottom. So if you can challenge yourself to do it on your toes, definitely do that. We're only here for 5 reps, and then we are going to go into some burpees. So please hit the deck, lay all the way down, push back up into high plank, and then jump your feet in. If you need to step these burpees, then feel free to do that. We are only here for 5 reps. Try and stay in time with me. If not, just keep going at your own pace until we change exercises. I would rather you do 2 good quality burpees than none at all. This is your last one. Now I'm going to meet you back down into high plank, and we're going to do 10 mountain climbers. So right knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow, run it out for 10 reps. The good news is we've only got 2 more rounds of this, and then we are done for today. So stay in high plank and let's go into those push-ups. Lay your body on the ground and then push all the way back up into high plank. If you need to do these on your knees, feel free. Make sure your elbows are pointing down towards your toes. You want your arms to be nice and close to your body and your hands directly underneath your shoulders. That was your last one, and now burpees. So hit the deck and then jump up. Don't be put off by the word burpee. It is actually one of the best functional movements you'll ever do. Everybody needs to know how to get off the floor with power and confidence. This is one of the exercises I will always make my clients do, not because I'm mean, but because everybody needs to be able to pick themselves up off the floor with confidence and strength, and this is the best exercise to challenge that. From here, we're going to go into our mountain climbers. Right knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow. Run it out, and then we've got 1 more round, gang. We are nearly there. Stay strong. These are your last few reps. Now let's go back out into those push-ups. This is your last set of push-ups. Try and do them on your toes. If you haven't done them on your toes yet, challenge yourself. You've got 4 more reps. Push all the way up into high plank. You can do it. Last one, and now let's get into those burpees. I don't even care if you do 1 burpee in the time that I'm doing 5. Please keep moving. It is so important. This is your last one. And then we have mountain climbers, and then we are done. We are so close, gang. Let's go high plank position and run it out. 10 reps, and then we are cooked. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this very quick and fun bodyweight workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment and a like, and I'll see you next time.